Welcome to the Carousel of Happiness podcast. I'm your host, Allie Wagner. On today's episode, I want to share some information about last week's fire in Nederland. Last Thursday, October 9th, the Caribou Village Shopping Center, where the Carousel of Happiness is located, burned in the early morning hours. The carousel itself only suffered minor exterior damage, but the main shopping center building, home to 18 local small businesses, was completely lost. On today's episode, I'll share with you what we know, how the community is responding, and what the carousel is doing to support its neighbors. I'll also let you know how you can help. But first, I want to extend a massive thank you to our local firefighters and emergency service personnel. Our volunteer fire department responded to the fire in minutes, and it is because of them that the carousel still spins. Thank you. I also want to thank all of you for your emails and DMs and posts on social media checking in on us when you heard the news. Since the fire, we have heard from people all over the country and the world who love this carousel and were concerned about our safety. Thank you. While we, of course, are relieved not to be significantly impacted by the fire, our shopping center neighbors were not so lucky. The impact of this loss in a town this small is difficult to articulate. The shop owners were our neighbors, members of our family, and our friends. Let us begin with today's story. On Thursday, October 9th, at 3:40 in the morning, a fire broke out in the Caribou Village Shopping Center in Nederland. Firefighters responded quickly, but the blaze was hot and it moved fast. Ultimately, the fire destroyed the entire two-story building, which was home to 18 businesses, and also the carousel's closest neighbor. The Carousel of Happiness is located about 30 feet away from the building that burned, but ultimately, we were spared. We have a couple of broken windows and some damage to the exterior siding, but everything inside, animals included, is safe and undamaged. Our local fire department, the Nederland Fire Protection District, responded quickly and allocated a specific firefighter to protecting the carousel. It is because of these first responders, most of whom are volunteers, by the way, that the fire did not spread to nearby buildings, including the carousel, our only large grocery store, and the historic train cars on the other side of us. This is what we know. This is what happened. We also know that to say we lost 18 businesses doesn't even come close to describing what happened on Thursday. These businesses were small businesses. None of them were chain establishments. They were mostly sole proprietorships. They were businesses that couples built together. They were creative outlets. They were artistic expressions. They were livelihoods. They were reasons for being. Most of these businesses were a version of their owner's carousel. What I mean by that is that these business owners were pursuing their passions and sharing those passions with the world, just like Scott and the carousel. The building was home to chiropractors and brewers, yoga teachers and winemakers, glass blowers and ceramicists, taco enthusiasts and fine artists, educators, and nature lovers. In a couple of hours, the town of Nederland lost 30% of its sales tax revenue. We lost our only music store, our only police station, our only laundromat, and one of our only doctor's offices. While no human lives were lost, we lost several animal ambassadors and friends who lived at the Wild Bear Nature Center. 2 salamanders named Sal and Sally, a 45-year-old turtle named Westy, a snake named Luna, a scorpion named Vinny, plus 70 cockroaches, some crickets, and some roly-polies. These animals were teachers. They were guides. They were nature ambassadors for a generation of Boulder County kids who are now mourning their loss. This is what we know. This is what happened. We also know that we're incredibly lucky. No human lives were lost. No additional structures were burned. No first responders were injured. In fact, there is still hope for 2 orange tabbies, Leo and Penny, who lived in the stained glass studio and might have been able to escape in time. And the Carousel of Happiness still spins. In fact, this is the 4th fire this specific carousel has survived in its lifetime. 1 in 1925, 1 in 1931, another in 1970, and now this in 2025. And the Carousel of Happiness still spins. This is what we know. This is what happened. What we don't know is why we were spared and others weren't. What we don't know is how something so devastating can happen to such good people. What we don't know is why this happened right now with everything else going on. But what we do know is that part of this human experience is our ability to navigate both the beauty and horror of this lifetime. What we do know is that part of this human experience is our ability to navigate both the light and the dark all at once. What we do know is that our small mountain community support network has been activated. Within minutes of the fire breaking out, a local real estate agent started a GoFundMe page for shopping center tenants. 5 days later, the total raised is over $200,000. This is in a town of 1,500 people, by the way. Not to mention the additional fundraising pages that have popped up, the benefit concerts scheduled, the silent auctions, the bake sales. Everywhere you look in town, there is a member of this community doing what they can for those impacted. Donating food, baking cookies, sharing their washer dryer. What we do know is that this small mountain community is resilient. It is also fierce in defending and supporting what it loves. And the carousel knows this firsthand. When the 2008 recession hit, before the carousel was even built, it lost many of its funding sources. Locals stepped up, hosting art auctions, fairy tea parties, and even a massage-a-thon. People recycled bottles for cash, donated building materials, and literally built this building for free with their bare hands. As a result, the town of Nederland came together to raise almost $700,000 to make the Carousel of Happiness a reality. This is what we know. This is what happened. The Carousel of Happiness will be open to the public this Thursday. Today and tomorrow, we will have staff on site who will be offering free rides to all Nederland residents, anyone who's been impacted who needs a bit of a boost. Starting this Thursday until the end of the month at least, we will be encouraging donations by offering free rides to anyone who donates more than $5 to local fire relief efforts. It doesn't matter who you support or why, show us that you chipped in and we'll give you a free ride as a thank you. We will also be hosting our weekly community-based acupuncture clinics on Monday evenings from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. and Friday afternoons from 12 to 1. This is a completely free healing modality that is proven to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, as well as improve sleep and reduce cravings. If you are struggling and need some support, please consider visiting the Carousel for free acupuncture. Our board of directors is meeting this week to discuss other ways we can be of service to our community, and I'll let you know more as soon as I do. I've gathered links for several crowdfunding sites and included them in the show notes. If you are in a position to donate, please consider it. Also, please let everyone you know that the Carousel of Happiness is open and still spinning. In the meantime, take care. Be well. And as we like to say, at the Carousel of Happiness, don't delay joy. And we'll see you next time around.
Beginnings and endings are only pretendings. I'll see you next time around.